Good afternoon, Callisto. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently looking for A+ setups right here during the Thursday London live stream. And of course, welcome back. How are you guys doing? Ladies and gentlemen, we've absolutely smashed it over the past couple of days already. You guys, you know it, ladies and gents. We have absolutely destroyed the market right here. 832 pips here, secured over the past 3 days alone, and we have today and of course tomorrow here to wrap this thing up nicely. Alright guys, here I'm ready to go through the top-down analysis so that we understand exactly how to take advantage of either counter trend sells or pro trend buys. I'm ready to chat, and I will go through the multi-time frame analysis with you guys right over here. Let me know. Alright, very, very good. Okay, so now let's get started already, and of course, most importantly, take a look at the daily time frame. Right now, as I go through all these points of interest, I need you all to pay extremely close attention, because this will give you the exact key understanding of where the market here is looking to go and what price could do after hitting key areas of liquidity. Now, I want you to take a look here. The market did create a bullish change of character, which I've been talking about for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row already. The market here has attempted and of course succeeded in pushing above this high, creating a higher high, making this a daily uptrend. Alright, so write this down. Daily time frame here is definitely bullish. However, I would like to bring your attention to one very specific candle right over here. Alright, now the current daily time frame is about to hit the 3390.51 level. This is a key area of liquidity. And why is this a key area of liquidity, ladies and gents? Because this candle right here printed a doji, creating a high and a low, but that's not the most important part. The next candle here created an inside candle, meaning this candle here did not take out the liquidity of the previous daily high or the low, and instead closed within that previous daily candle right here. Alright, so in this case here, what we're going to be looking for is for this level here to be taken out. Now, of course, once we do see price break through the level, price has two options. Price can either continue going very, very bullish, or we start to see this level right here, the 3390.51, as a key area for price to potentially reject and give us some form of a lower time frame retracement. Alright, so this right here is going to be liquidity. Type liquidity in the chat, let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, make you sound great, amazing. That's good to hear. Alright, okay, very, very good. Yes, this is liquidity. Alright, so this is where a lot of the buyers are targeting, and once buyers here do hit this level, this is where there is going to be an exchange between the buyers and the sellers, because the buyers are getting out of the position, and that means sellers will be stepping in. So this is what we are most probably going to be looking for price to hit this area first and then decide what price is going to do. Now, price is very, very close to the area, about 20-30 pips till we get to that point. But now, with that being said, write this down, daily time frame still remains bullish. Okay, for our time frame, what do we see right over here? The market here has created higher highs, higher lows. Higher highs give us a very deep pullback, and of course, you know it, ladies and gents. During the New York session, what do? We capitalize on that deep pullback for 190 pips, followed by 140 pips full TP on the buys to look to take out this most recent high right here, which will provide for us a 4-hour structure break. Now, what is this structure break going to be called? Any clue of what this structure break here is going to be called right here? Come chat, let me know. What is this structure break going to provide? A BOS, a 4-hour BOS right here. Remember, this is a key area of liquidity. And normally after breaking through key levels of structure, do we tend to see pullbacks? Yes or no? Yes. Very, very good. So this is where we need to make sure that we go ahead and set an alert at this point. Set an alert at the daily high right over here, plus the 4-hour high right over here. Go ahead and set your alerts right there so that you know exactly when that key area of liquidity has been targeted and, of course, most importantly, swept or broken through. All right. So now, writing down for over here is bullish. 1 hour time frame. What do you see? The market here has created a sell to buy, and finally, we are about to take out this high once again to create a further BOS on gold as well. Like I mentioned, the time frame on the daily 4-hour, 1 hour here is bullish, but once you hit past this level, more than likely we're going to be looking for price to give us a retest, right? A retest of where the sell to buy right over here on the 1 hour time frame. So if anything, right, what I'm looking to play within the range of is from this level right here to, of course, however high price goes from here. All right, we can look for the counter trend sells into it or look from buys from this area. That is what I'm going to be looking for the London session, right? The ultimate London session right here, because the market here has officially created a body candle close above the Asian high. And what does this mean? If you want to see price give us a continuation, then I want to see price come back to at least the 3384.09 and potentially even fill the entire order block right here before pushing price up even higher once again. Now that means that no matter what happens, this level here at the 3371 cannot break. I repeat, the 3371.77 cannot break. Thus, this would then create a 1-minute bearish major corrector, which will eventually lead to a 4-hour bearish major corrector and then a daily bearish major corrector as well. Remember, domino effect. So this is currently what we are sitting with and what we are looking for price to do. Okay, so now at this point here, what I'm going to be looking for is to see price actually here give us a tap of this area at the 3390.55, and once I see that happen, I'm going to be looking for price to give me either a continuation with a body candle close on the 4-hour time frame or a wick and then a pullback into the order block or the fair value gap if it does create one at 4 o'clock. Is that clear, ladies and gentlemen? If it is, type G in the chat, let me know. Very, very good. So right now, let's take a look at the lower time frame. All right, so you should have already have this written down. Daily, 4-hour, 1 hour, bullish, but tapping into the bullish target already. So this is where you be wary of continuation buys for now. All right, you don't want to be buying at the absolute tippy top. You want to be looking for price to give us a retracement to then look for further buys towards the upside. This is exactly what I'm going to be framing my trade space off. All right, it's either looking for the sells from here to look to come down or look from buys from here to look for continuation pushes higher. Remember, you do not want to be buying at the top. You want to be buying at cheaper levels. For example, this order block right here, right? A more discounted level for you to look to enter a better trade. Okay, so now, with that being said, the market here is starting to come into this level here. Now, understanding that this is a key area of liquidity, what specifically are the criteria that I can use to look for sells towards a downside? All right. Now, I want to see price tap into this area. Once price taps into this area, we can see price give us a change of character, just like this. We're on the 1 minute, 3 minute, or the 5 minute time frame with a body candle close. If that does happen aggressively, then we can look for price to come down and retest this 1 hour OB right here for about 100 pips thereabouts. Alright, depending on how high price action here forms that change of character. Else, if let's say price action here so decides, let's just say at 4 o'clock, we do see a body candle close above. We can see price come back and retest the 1 hour fair value gap to look for continuation buys towards the upside. This is what I'm going to be looking for right here. But understanding that this is a daily plus 4 hour plus 1 hour swing high, I'm expecting for some form of a retracement, at least into the fair value gap or the 1 hour OB. So just do keep this in mind. Is everybody clear on this? If you all type yes in the chat, let me know. And of course, right now, I'm going to be crafting out the analysis so that you guys here know exactly what to do when we look for our entries. Okay? So if you do have any questions, do let me know right now. Of course, most importantly, give me a few short minutes to craft this out and send it inside the main Telegram channel. So make sure that guys here inside the main Telegram channel, I'll send you all the link later. Click on that, just double check that you're in the correct channel. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've just sent the analysis inside the main Telegram channel. I want each and every single one of you guys here to pay extremely close attention. Alright, click on this link right over here to take a look at the analysis that I've just sent inside the channel. Alright, double check, triple check that you're clicking on this link right over here. Once you click on this link, you'll be brought inside our main Telegram channel right over here, and this is exactly what you will be seeing. All right, you see this analysis right here in black and white telling you the exact criteria I'm looking for a counter trend sell into the 1 hour OB. This is what I want to be looking for right over here. Now, once you click on this link, just double check, triple check that you're in the correct channel. Like I mentioned, in this community, we will never charge you a single cent for anything. All right, everything that we do, from the live streams, premium analysis sent here, I don't charge you a single cent for it. Alright, I don't sell signals, I don't sell courses, I don't sell indicators. I have absolutely nothing to sell you. Alright, so once you're in the channel, come on in, give us a heart shape emoji so that I know that you guys are in the correct channel. For those of you guys here on TikTok, click in the link in the bio to be able to see the exact analysis right over here. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what the market here is going to give us. The market here is now about to tap into the key area of liquidity. Now, the market here is starting to give us a push to the upside, and right now, we are pushing. And of course, most importantly, we have just tapped into the key area of liquidity as we speak. So we want to see how price action here is going to react on the 1 hour time frame. Now, the market here has given us a push to the upside. 1 minute time frame, what do you see? Price action here has given us a tap of this level. And where is the most recent 1 minute change of character? Ladies and gentlemen, price action here has given us a higher high, higher low, higher high. So technically speaking, if you're looking for a bread and butter setup, we're looking for price action here to give us a push and break past this level right over here. So if the market here can give us that, then very, very good. We understand that the market here can start to give us a push. And most importantly, break past this low at the 3388.11 level. But remember, if price action here wants to give us a push towards the upside, then I must see price break past this low. Price needs to push through this level right here at the 3388.11 level. Is that clear, ladies and gentlemen? Remember, we have just set key areas of liquidity. We are looking for price to give us that sweep and rejection of this level. Crystal clear, yes? Very, very good. So now, let's watch this very, very carefully. Let's see what the market here is going to do for us. Price action here is still pushing. Now, we want to see price action here give us a rejection of this area of liquidity. Remember, our hourly candle here hasn't closed just yet. And just taking a look at the 1 minute, or from not the 1 minute, but the 1 hour time frame, there is another area of liquidity just sitting right here at the 93.48 level. So price could look to come and test this area here first before sweeping the level. And there we have it. Price action here has just reached into that level. We've just spiked into the 3393.55 level. So like I mentioned, this is where you don't chase after buys. You pay attention to what price is currently going to do before looking for price to give us a rejection. Okay, we've just swept this high as well. Next high for price action here to potentially sweep is going to be the 3396.02 level. But as of right now, price has swept two key areas of liquidity. I repeat, price action here is just swept two key areas of liquidity. Alright, so this is exactly what we have at this point. So if the market here has given us a push and tap into the second area of liquidity, then this is where we want to see price action here give us a rejection. A very strong rejection to the downside. Super duper important, ladies and gents. Alright, so what do we see right here? The market here has given us a tap and right away, straight away rejecting this area. So the more areas of liquidity it sweeps in a very aggressive move, the deeper the pullback that we have right over here. So this is what we want to see, ladies and gentlemen. Is this crystal clear? We want to see price come back down. Now, where can price come back down into? Now, if you take a look here, like I mentioned, price action here not just one, but two areas of liquidity. Now, at this point, the 1 minute time frame has to look for price action here to come in and give us a break past this level. Now, on the 1 hour time frame, where else could price action here come back and retest? The 1 hour OB, as I so you know, from here all the way to here, how far is that? 120 pips. Is this what we see right here more than enough for a sell scalp to then look for continuation buys for another 300, 400 pip push higher? Absolutely, yeah. 120 pip sell move to the downside is definitely possible. Absolutely, yeah. Very, very good. So this is exactly what we have at this point. We understand very, very clearly the market here has given us a sweep of the second area of liquidity, which we have just marked out. And of course, Prem, you know it. The market here has given us a solid move right here, printing us 20 pips already, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, take a partial set SL to break even off the sells based off this level right over here. Okay, we have taken our partial set SL to break even on our first TP. Alright, absolutely beautiful. And right now, price action here is risk-free for us. So it doesn't matter what happens on price right now. If price wants to continue pushing higher, good. We look for another re-entry towards the downside. But if price continues running, we look to manage our profits. How? By taking more and more partials at the specific TPs that I've said to y'all. Is that clear, Prem? If you are clear with this hype, Prem, in the chat, let me know. Very, very good. Perfect stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So now, you can see, price here has tapped the second area of liquidity, and we are still looking for price to give us that pullback into where? All the way down towards the OB. But where are some potential roadblocks where you should be taking heavier partials? Listen up very clearly, especially the premium members right here. You want to see price action here give us a retest into these few areas of previous lower, higher highs that were created that have not been tested. So as long as price here can come back and tap into these areas, then very, very simple. We know that the market here is going to give us a pullback into these levels to then refuel. Okay? Super duper important, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now on the 50-minute time frame, what do you see? Price here has once again closed like this. Now, I want you to take notice as to how the 50-minute candle has formed. Has the 50-minute candle here given us any bottom wick? Any bottom wick, lads? No wick, huh? Normally when you see these kind of candles, right? What tends to happen is that the very next candle or the next two candles will look to come back down and retest and create the bottom wick for price. Because price pushed up. Normally when a candle forms, what do you normally do? Create a bottom wick, you manipulate, then you push up, create a top wick, and then you come down, close as a candle in itself. So this is what we have right here. Alright, so this is what we want to see price action here do, ladies and gentlemen. So we want to see price action here give us a push to the towards the downside right over here, as long as we sweep the liquidity. Perfect. Now, the market here is now starting to give us a push towards the upside. We are out at break even, looking for the next re-entry, as price action here give us another sweep of liquidity once again. Remember, our next area is where? 3396.02. Is that clear? If you all type G to chat. Perfect, ladies and gentlemen. So at this point, we want to see price action here give us a pullback. Like I mentioned, most times, let me just show you exactly what happens when price action here pulls back pushes so aggressively. What happens? Once price action here has pushed enough, we will see that pullback, and the pullback here is going to be very, very deep. If you want to look for buys, you should be looking for buys at the bottom, not at the top. Is this clear, ladies and gentlemen? Very, very good, huh? Next area price action here is looking to come and test the 3396.02 level. I repeat, 3396.02 level. This is what we want to see. Price action here give us a push to the downside. Alright, like I mentioned, I'm looking for quick scalps to push price lower for a counter trend sell into the downside right here. This is what I want to see. Okay, now price action is coming to the 3396.02. Very, 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 very interesting price action here right now. Now, let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame. What do you see? Buy to sell. Untested OB right over here, right now. Ladies and gents, the market here has started to give us a push into this level right here. And right now, what do you see? Another area where price consolidated and never tested. Bang. Perfect. This is exactly what we want to see price do. Reject and respect this key level here. I'll repeat one more time. This is a key area where price can look to play around and give us a rejection of. Now, once you take a look at the 4-hour time frame, ladies and gentlemen, what do you see just sitting right above this level here? What do you see sitting right above this key level? A 4-hour fair value gap that hasn't been tested. In fact, this is a BPR. We are coming into a BPR level. This is where the market here is giving us a push into this level and to look for price to reject off the most recent unmitigated 4-hour bearish fair value gap. Price is already giving us a rejection of this area here. So this is what we want to see. Alright, is everybody clear? So let's see how the market here is going to push and give us that push down into, once again, our Asian high, OB, and most importantly, structural highs right over here at like the 3390.51 level. Alright, very, very good. This is what we want to see happen. Now, price is reaching into that 4-hour fair value gap. This is perfect. Exactly what we want to see right here for our overlapping bearish fair value gap. As you know it, chat, if you have just one bearish fair value gap, is it very strong? Yes or no? On the higher time frame, it is good, but of course not as strong as an overlap that we have right here. And what is price doing right now, ladies and gentlemen? Overlapping and giving us a strong rejection. That's exactly what price is doing right now. Remember, the more overlaps, the more confluence you have, the stronger the point of interest is going to be. Now, price may choose to hover around for a bit, crawl its way towards the upside on the higher time frame, and then suddenly give us that massive push lower. Right? Because like I mentioned, when there is an exchange of buyers and sellers, what is going to happen? Sellers will come in to try to fight the buyers. They have to be exchanging orders. And what usually happens at that point is slowdown in price action. So what I'm expecting here is a slowdown in price action within this area right over here. Does this make sense, ladies and gentlemen? If there's G, type G in the chat, let me know. Perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very good. Okay, so now, the market here is starting to give us a tap of this area exactly as we expected. Now, let's see. Let's watch this on the lower time frame. What is price here doing once again? So you can see the fair value gaps are getting smaller and smaller. Meaning what? What does smaller fair value gaps mean? Lesser orders left behind. More orders being filled. Exhaustion. And right there, right here, we have just tapped into the 4-hour bearish fair value gap, overlapping and disguised as a BPR. Perfect. Price has just tapped into this area right here. Now, if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, if you notice, yesterday the buy is where I'm expecting price to give us rejections from. If you all remember that, type G in the chat. Let me know. Yesterday we talked about this during the New York session. Premium Melissa, you know this because we sent the text to you all. The exact level, 3396. Price has just tapped into that level. Alright. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay. So now we have to watch for price action here to give us a rejection of this level right here. Now, let's take a look at the DXY. And to make sure that the market here is starting to give us confluences on that end as well. Now, the market here has also just tapped into a 1 hour bullish fair value gap sitting right underneath this area here. Okay, price has just tapped into it. 4 hour time frame, what do we have? 4 hour here also tapped into the 4 hour fair value gap. So this is where the price action here is looking to give us that rejection from. So you have a bullish fair value gap on the DXY, which means that if price action here were to give us a respect of this to continue going higher, to come back at least into the buy to sell right here, then gold is likely to do the same exact thing. Does this make sense? If it is, type yes. Dev Region 123, you have a very good question right here. Bro, can you explain about your about what you said just now about fair value gaps getting smaller and smaller? I don't understand. No problem. Now, if you see fair value gaps here getting smaller and smaller, it means that the aggressiveness of the move is starting to die out. As you can see here, the market here created a small little consolidation with no fair value gap, and suddenly a huge fair value gap, indicating volume, right? Aggressiveness. So if this case here, we have a large fair value gap, and you see the next candle here create a smaller fair value gap, basically a almost non-existent one, then you know that the market here is starting to round off. It's not looking to push up even further once again. Is that clear? Very, very good. Can I explain it to you, huh? The smaller the fair value gap, from larger to smaller, shows us signs of weakness for that trend direction. That's it. Okay? G. So now as you can see, the market here is respecting that 4 hour bearish fair value gap as we talked about. Now what happens if price action here decides to do this? Fill past the most recent 5-minute fair value gap with the body candle close. Body candle close. Can we expect all the other fair value gaps right here to be filled? Yes or no? Absolutely. I remember what comes up fast can come down fast as well. Clean price action. That's how it works. If you see price chop around the range, then it will stay chopping around the range until we see a breakout. If it's clean price action move up, we can see price action here to come down quickly as well. That's how the market loves to move. Alright, perfect. So therefore, where else can, or how far can price action here come back and retest? Now, ultimately, I'm looking for price to come down to at least, you guys here already know it, come down to at least the Asian high that we have created at the 3384.09. Whether it taps into the OB or not, that will be a bonus. Okay, now, on the 50-minute time frame, what do you see? Just so happen, this fair value gap here that we have on the 50-minute time frame, is it overlapping with the break of the Asian high? Yes or no? Yes, yeah, very good. You spotted it at the same time as B. Perfect. Beautiful. Alright, so this is what we're going to be looking for right here. Good point for price to come into. Yes, absolutely. Like I mentioned, the more points of interest that you can stack at that area, the higher probability the area is going to be met. Alright? Very, very good. Now, of course, you know it. We did the multi-time analysis. All time frame here is bullish. So that's why sells is going to be counter trend. But at the same time, I can't look for buys, especially at the TP top. You know that's not my style. I can't look for buys at the TP top. Instead, what I do is look for key areas of liquidity to be tapped, execute, and of course, print profits for you. That's why I mark out these key areas of liquidity. 4 hour just did this. Once again, the market here tapped into this level right here. 4 hour bearish fair value gap disguised as a BPR. This is where we can see price give us that retracement to the downside. Okay? Now, some of you may be asking, Nick, are you sure you want to trade in the opposite direction? One key example was yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, what happened? We took sells for 190 pips, then buys, while still in the sells, for another 140 pips, full TP smacked. Was that right or Prem? If it is, type Prem in the chat. Of course, you guys here just printed another 20 pips for yourselves. Price has just given you a rejection of the 4 hour fair value gap, and that's where another 20 pips has just printed out. Literally, key areas of liquidity. You already know it. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Now, at this point, let's take a look at the 1 minute time frame. See the market here has once again officially created a change of character. So is this a sign that the market here is likely to slow down? Yes or no? Is this a sign that the market here is starting to slow down? Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so right here in the next 15 seconds, we are going to see whether we can create a body candle close right over here. Now, you know what's the very good thing about this price action here? You can see price creating a push up, push down. Respected this low, pushed up higher, but failed to push up even higher. So realistically speaking, the price really wants to continue to push down lower, which is exactly what I'm expecting, at least to come back into our Asian high that we have broken through, right over here. Then, I want to see at least this high here be respected to then give us a continuation push lower. Cause why? What caused this 1 minute change character to happen? Right over here. What caused this change character here to happen? At the 3394.05. Was it this high or was it this high? The most recent one, Yes, this was the buy to sell that has created the change character. And because this first attempt in looking to break past this level here failed, and instead tried to give us a push higher, did not hold up and push up above this high, I want to see at least this high here continue to hold to then push price lower to confirm it with a BOS, breaking past this low once again at the 3393.42. Is that clear, ladies and gentlemen? Very, very good. Okay, so now we have another 11 more minutes till the market here gives us a push to the downside. Alright, very, very good. So now, the market here has decided to push above once again. So, do we have to wait one more time for another bearish change of character? Yes or no, chat? Absolutely. Okay, remember our price is just created, push up towards the upside. Did we create a body candle close above? Sure. We did. 5-minute time frame. Did we respect the 5-minute fair value gap? Yes, we did. Did we create a body candle close above? Yes, we did. So this is exactly what we have. Does this make sense? Very, very good. So now our price action here is starting to give us a push towards the upside. And of course, I want to see price action here give us that change character. And that's why you must see the most recent low right here. At the 3393.50 here, or no, correction, not 50, 0.42 break underneath. Alright, body candle close, retest, continue lower. And that's what we're going to be looking for. Very, very good. Okay, so now if the market here wants to continue pushing higher, then what do? Do we chase after the buys? No. Why? When you execute, you must have higher time frame points of interest to back you up. On the 50-minute time frame, do you have anything that backs you up for buys? Yes or no? At this price, At this price, is there anything that backs you up for buys? There's nothing. There's no retest of a fair value gap on the 50-minute time frame. Even if I wanted to buy, the most recent area here that I must see is for at least this fair value gap right here at the 3392.20 we tap first. It's a horrible point to buy. Remember, when you take trades, you always must have higher time frame backings. Is this clear? Okay, so right now, you can see price here has pushed up. Body candle close on the 5-minute time frame, now giving us that pullback. Now, chat, if we break past this low right over here, at the 3393.42, does this also create a 5-minute bearish change of character? This is where you pay attention to the concepts that will print you your bread and butter setup. Yes, if price breaks past this low right here, this is where the market here will give us a 5-minute bearish change of character. But until price decides to do that, best is we see price action here play out. Because what if price action here does not? And you take buys here, and then does this decide to just completely destroy and break past this low. Oh, then yeah, you're absolutely fucked. Remember, there's no need to chase after all these bullish price action. There is no need to do so. Because if the moment the market goes against you, you have no plan on exactly how to manage it. You don't have your layers of defense. Alright, very, very good. So now, as you can see, what is price action doing? Is price actually slowing down? Compared to this push higher, is price slowing down? Yes or no, chat? Yes, it's slowing down. That's why I say wait. Let price form what it wants to form. Just so you understand, yesterday we had very similar price action as well. Let me go ahead and show that to you. What did price do at this point? Price chopped around, correct? After price chopped around, price decided to break through, reverse to the upside with that 5-minute change of character. And that's exactly how we caught the move towards the upside, right? We look for the retest right over here, and price pushed up 140 pips. And this was a reversal signal. Same thing, huh? The market here was bearish during the Asian and the London. We waited patiently for price to chop around, and then boom! Confirmation of the reversal pattern. And you get a sniper ass entry that was called out live on stream. Alright? So now, let's see what the market here is going to do at this point. Remember, if price action here decides to give us this, a body candle close below, a retest, a 1-minute bearish engulfing candle. Oh, let me redraw it. Body candle close, retest, 1-minute bearish engulfing candle. We can look for price to come down into our Asian high down here. Is this clear? Clear, type clear in the chat. Perfect, huh? Very, very good. Absolutely beautiful. Something seems to be cooking on the 1-minute time frame. CK888 kit. Let's take a look. The market here on the 1-minute time frame created a sell to buy to the upside, creating a bullish fair value gap. Now, this bullish fair value gap, has it failed? Yes or no? Yes, we have a body candle close underneath the 1-minute bullish fair value gap, indicating a clear sign that the market here is trying to introduce sellers into the market. Sellers are trying to get their foot in the door. Now, whether they win this fight is confirmed by a 5-minute change character. So this is the first sign. Does this make sense? The confirmation is where? The break past the 1-minute and 5-minute higher low. Very, very good. Alright, so now let's take a look. We have 1 more minute, literally 1 more minute before the hourly candle closes. 1 more minute, Now, if the 1 hour here closes below the 4-hour fair value gap, sitting right here between this key level of the 3396.02 to the 3405.69, there's going to be a very good chance the market here can give us that pullback into the Asian high. And now, once this candle closes, we also have another key area here, another new information that we can use. Can anyone guess what this point of interest is? What is this new information based on the 1 hour that has just newly formed? Once this can do a close in the next 1 second now. A fair value gap. Perfect. You guys here are starting to understand exactly how to read the markets, huh? This is when you can use the higher time frame points of interest as a price point for price to come back into. You now have a 1 hour fair value gap. And coincidentally, lads, just so happen, this fair value gap overlaps with what? What does this fair value gap overlap with? The Asian high. So is this an extremely high probability area for price to come back and retest? Abso-freaking-lutely. Alright, this is what I want to see price come back and retest. Come back down into this area. Now, you take a look. From here into this level, once again at 110 pips, it's going to be definitely juicy for me to look for sells towards the downside. Especially just during a single London session. So now, 1 minute time frame, what do you see? Price action here, have we broke past the most recent higher high? No! We are still hovering within this area, trying to reject the most recent 1 minute internal OB and attempting to create a push lower. This is exactly what I mean, huh? Price action here is doing this. Price action here is pushing up aggressively, rounding out, and eventually pushing down aggressively. That is what price is doing right now. This is what happens when you see price action here tap into a higher time frame point of interest. Remember, the market here doesn't just move like this. Okay, let me just demonstrate to you in terms of light so that you understand. For example, if you have an order block right here, alright, most times the market here just doesn't do this. For example, you have an OB. Price come up, boom, tap, down, tap, boom, tap, down. It doesn't do that. At these areas right here, these areas, there is going to be a change from buyers to sellers and sellers to buyers. And this is where there is going to be lower time frame consolidation in an attempt to give us that manipulation to then push up higher. Sweep past the low, create change of character, and bam, push. Is everybody crystal clear on this? If you are, type yes in the chat. And of course, what is price action here doing right now? Was this exactly as we described live on stream? Push up, aggressive, slow down, bam, accelerate lower. Dumping to the downside. Have we officially created a 1 minute bearish change of character? Absolutely. So, what am I looking for? A retest followed by a 1 minute bearish engulfing candle. 5 minute time frame. Have we created a body candle close? Not yet. So be wary. I repeat, not yet. Be wary. Is that clear? You know, I'm not drawing these squiggly lines for fun, you know, ladies and gentlemen. These lines are drawn with purpose. To show you all exactly how the market here is moving. Alright, price is now currently retesting. Retesting into this 1 minute change of character with a fair value gap. So now I want you all to listen to me very, very carefully. I'm going to go through the criteria one more time for a bread and butter setup. You guys, you're ready? Type ready in the chat. Let me know. And of course, let me go clear out the rest of the drawings now. Huh? There we go. Type ready in the chat if you're ready for me to give you all the bread and butter setup. You want to see a body candle close below the 3393.42 level. There we have it. Once you have that, look for a retest. I'm expecting a retest right here. Be it the change of character level here or a brand new 5-minute bearish fair value gap level. Once you have that retest, look for a 1 or a 3-minute bearish engulfing candle to look for price to aim to target the 1 hour bullish order block right here at the 3381 level. This is what we want to see. Is that clear, ladies and gentlemen? Let's take a look at the 50-minute time frame. Has price action here in one singular 50-minute time frame decided to give us a complete test of the 15-minute bullish fair value gap. Yes or no? Absolutely. And look at that. Price is dumping super aggressively towards the downside. Where the 1 hour OB is, we have just tapped into the Asian high. Now, how many of you guys here managed to follow exactly what I said? Brought you through all these criteria, telling you from pushing up aggressively to ranging to dumping. And you capitalize on this key information. Once again, done live. I see a lot of guys saying me, how much did you make on this dump lower? Very, very good. Now, premium members here, you know it. Did we send the signals for the sales? Yes or no, chat? Yes, we sent two in fact. First one, 20 pips, partials taken as of the break even. We look for a better re-entry at where? Before our bearish fair value gap. We caught our 20 pips, took our partials as of the break even, and for those who held, the market here would have printed you very nicely 136 pips. Let's 136 pips, and right now 140 pips. Oh, 1 hour OB here, just about to be tapped. So congratulations to those that held onto the position. Well, either ways, we want 2 scalp sales. Those that held managed to milk the very last one for 140 pips. Absolutely beautiful. But now that we have tapped into this area right here, the 1 hour OB, what am I looking for? Buys or sells? I'm looking for price to continue going higher, okay? Very, very good. Yes. Perfect. So listen up to the brand new criteria here I'm about to show you right now. Listen up very carefully. Sells here, printed. If you are in this trade, take heavy partials or even close out the entire trade. Because remember, market structure is still bullish. Sells are counter trend. Clear? So now, market here has just tapped into the fair value gap and of course, into the OB. At this point, I'm looking for price to tap into this area which has been tapped. And right now, what I want to see